is. All right. Or bad, cool, I guess. Look how cool that is. Anyways, these are the two lists, and then you understand this builder. Most people do. Yeah, just build both lists and then we'll input them in. And so we have Darwin. Darwin's a Gold Squadron member. It sounds a little biased to put our own Gold Squadrons on our team, or on our stream, excuse me. But we're going to do it because we lied earlier, and the only way to get Brobots on was to have it play Miranda, apparently. So I'm pretty sure I checked this round, and Jesper is still playing Mirandas. I think everybody is. It was hard to find a list at the top couple tables that weren't Ghost or Miranda. Or Decimator. There's a couple Decimators, but we already saw that a little bit, so I'm trying to get some interesting things in here. And we have a bomb bunker, if you want to call it that. I don't know where bunker came from. Is it because we're defensive rebels?
I guess, yeah.
I guess. And then he's gonna go up against a more traditional rebel bunker, and this is kind of what I guess interests me about this. I naysayed it at first. It was like, oh, whatever trajectory, but actually this is extremely similar archetypes, but they're doing it in dramatically different ways. Does that make sense? Like, because we have Lork instead of the BF. Basically, both sides have Ezra. I think both have Snapshot Ezra too, because that's how you should run it.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, people have learned. Sarah, you can protest this. Like, I was so adamant about it at the Minnesota regional here. I was telling everybody, if every list I saw, I was like, that should be Ezra. That should be Ezra. Your Ezra shouldn't have a gunner. It should have Hera. And apparently gotta win some tournaments. But it's not just me. I mean, obviously other people are winning with it. Just trying. What's up? Ooh, a PS8 Poe, huh?
With AI.
Oh, okay. Well, 10 still beats out Expertise, Quick Draws, and Kylo's. That's actually one thing I did not see. I think, not at least the tables we were looking at anyways, which is, I guess, sounds subjective. That's not a Swade. I was just looking at, like, literally who got paired up first. Yep, or then, no, you could just copy, and then you click the thing, and you click on his name. Or no, you go edit WXC or whatever. Submit.
Well, and the person's specialist is Ryan, right?
Yep, that's Ryan.
Okay. No, Ryan was running new.
Yeah, that's the same
that's
list.
The person's specialist. Okay. So
Darwin has Poe.
here's the spelling of it since you have the keyboard.
Stan, what's his name?
Ryan Staniszewski.
Wow, I am not going to even try. Stan. Ski. All right, go ahead and hit save on there then. Yep. Copy. Paste. You know what? Actually, Darwin, a beer. I'm gonna remind him about that after this. Can you put yeah, this is a personal thing. I must have them in the same pot. I must have them in a descending order of pilot skill. Yeah, other than Oh, we're just going to 6:30, so I don't have a round timer. We'll keep that updated. I don't know how to. Can I change this? Oh, okay. So I can just do this. How long is it till?
You said that's an hour and 8 minutes to 6:30 right now.
So 68. 68 minutes on the clock. And that is it. We don't need cards or anything. And looks like, just double checking their lists here. So let's do some list breakdowns. They're using new cards, which was not a lost card. Oh wait, we got a bunch of problems over here. Hold on. Let's see what color base is. They're all using orange base, which is my personal favorite. I use orange bases. Wait, I'm adding them. So who's got matching? The 10s will match, so we actually need to put an initiative out. See if they'll roll it. They both had 100 points.
I don't believe so. I think Darwin is 99.
Yep. Took a bid on 10. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to help you much in the Nim Miranda matchup, but so I assume he's passing it. I don't know why Poe would want to move before bombs are launched, which is one thing that I will say. 2.0, make a bombs always drop at particle 0.
Yep, that's a really neat mechanic.
Wow.
It's a way to
what
let
an
them,
easy fix
yeah.
for that. They'll never.
Well, it lets them make fun and powerful bombs, like even the seismic charges they demoed, which blow up debris and do damage, I think it was.
Yeah.
They're pretty powerful, but you know when they're dropping always, in every single game.
Yeah, you're never
So
surprised.
you can always prepare for bombs.
And it also makes your bomber a low pilot skill not matter as much either, because you don't have that advantage. You don't need to be pilot skill.
Exactly. So you can run a generic Y-wing or TIE bomber or whatnot.
Oh, that's what I needed. I still do need some blues for the Ezra. This is Darwin's Ezra. And this is... What am I looking at?
Of course, Ryan's Ezra carrying Sabine Wren's. Those bombs from Nim and the Crimson Specialist are just a little bit more potent, because thermal detonators that do 2 damage plus a stress are pretty good.
Yeah, actually, that's going to be really detrimental. That's the problem I have with my Ezra, is that a couple bombs or a couple like automatic damage do ruin him. He's only got 5 health.
Only 5 health.
Well, I don't have a matching one, but this is, I don't know where to get another red Dion. Oh wait, no, here it is. I found it. Oh man, so good. There we go. So Darwin is blue Ezra, and Ryan is red Ezra. Perfect.
So I think what we'll probably see in the beginning here is just a little bit of dancing around in the corners, waiting to see who's going to pick which lane. Those bombers do have a stop on them, so they can somewhat slow roll.
Darwin did not like that. Darwin's a particular player, which is fine. He flies casual, but he sets ground rules, and that's appropriate. That's what you should do. Like, this is how I like it.
So yeah, we'll see.
What is that triangular token? Oh, maybe he has a fancy Poe. Or no,
yeah, it might be like a fancy focus.
Oh yeah, to show that it's optics. That's a good way to remember, actually. Yep. Yeah, so let's see. Let's do a little breakdown of Ryan's list. I've seen something similar to this quite a few times. Cropping up. I like this version. This is probably my preferred version of the bomber, Sabine carrier, bomb dropper, because you can go like what did I say, TIE fighter before is your Sabine carrier.
We've seen a rebel operative with a TLT. Personally, I think the stress control Ezra gives you is really valuable, and he might be one of the better, cheaper Sabine carriers right now if you need to help out Nim and your Crimson Specialist.
As much as I like Ezra in this build, when I run it, I actually put Pilot Skill 10 Fen Rao to barrel roll my Nim before trajectorying.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, advanced sensors and trajectory. That's pretty nice. But guess what? Friend Route is not as good as Ezra, especially when combined with those thermal detonators. It's pretty good.
Yep, pretty easily be able to double stress a ship. Even if you don't get that snapshot off, you can get the thermal detonator plus just Ezra's primary, and you're locking something down.
Yep. So let's see. So Captain Nim's Bicycle 10 has a range 1 auto blaster turret that does automatic damage on hits. It's got extra munitions for 2 harpoons, which are long-range missiles that have a splash effect. Might see that come into play. Got a bomblet generator, so you can drop a reveal bomb every round. Trajectory, so you could launch it 5 forward when he does reveal his maneuver. And then Genius, which is another way to drop bombs after you move, which you're just risking damage there. And also, this is interesting. With extra munitions, he can Genius the bomb lit without discarding it.
Yep, you can do that first Genius drop without any consequence.
Well, there's not going to be a second Genius drop.
Nope.
Maybe.
Unless it's make or break. Maybe that.
You're
maybe
1 health
it's-
Nim
yeah.
who's gonna hit a rock, drop
Yep,
the bomb.
and that pose got 1 health left or something, and you just need that bomb.
Yeah, but at least gives like one use of it to set up like that perfect. Because Nim obviously the lead bomber here in my opinion, worth the 43 points. He can freeze bombs at the end. These are all on reveal, so they blow up at a specific timing. And you can actually freeze those, which means you can get really precision bomb drops between regular bomb dropping trajectory and that extra Genius. It's really the only Genius you're probably going to use. But Edge Bridger comes in the Sheathipede, has a front and back arc snapshot. So anybody who lands in range 1 gets a free attack on them. I love this crab walk that Ryan's doing. That he's
going
keeping
down that edge of the board, keeping distance.
I wouldn't say like keeping distance, but floating that trajectory.
Yep.
Like you can't avoid it. He needs to position it so you can't avoid it.
Exactly. And it looks like he's spreading out a little bit to cover his lanes a little bit more and see where his opponent commits.
Yeah, I would say Darwin's got 3 lanes right here. Top would be just under the rocks, in between the 2 debris and outside of the debris. And so just kind of narrowing down what lane that Rebel formation is going to take. So let's see what else. So that is the big difference between these is that this Ezra has Supreme Ren Crew, which is going to, it has bombs. So, and you pretty much, the moment you bring 2 different bomb carriers, you need to find a way to bring Sabine.
Absolutely.
Crimson Specialist, same thing with the trajectory, but has 4? Yeah, because the silos add 3
Ordnance Silos
tokens.
adds 3 tokens to the
And then
card.
you still discard the card.
And then of course he can drop those bombs touching his base as well. So he can launch them, he can drop them 1 out the back, or he can have them touching his base. And when this ship came out and I took some time to measure that bubble, it's quite a large bubble. And you don't really care about hitting yourself if you're the Crimson Specialist. You have that deflective plating.
There's actually, you can, I did it one time to demonstrate somebody that you can have like specific spots of like if I one bank and I put my token here, I won't be hit by it. If I hard 2 this way, I can put my token here and I won't be hit by it, which is actually extremely interesting. Or you could just, the funniest way is just really put it in front of you and then block a ship so it just hits your bomb anyways.
Yep.
Whatever. These aren't so bad. He could take a thermal, I guess. Or no, really, I will say that he's got deflective plating, can ignore a bomb's effects, but has to roll for damage of it. Most of the time, I actually see like a healthy Crimson Specialist just take a bomblet and then ignore, say, a thermal.
It's definitely an option. I think if he's going with thermal, you want definitely Ezra in there for the extra stress control. So he's just going for a more control list with those bombs. But I've definitely seen the bomblet generator Crimson Specialist.
Oh no, I'm talking like in this matchup, like Nim launches a bomb and it just so happens to be
I
by.
misheard you. Oh yeah.
Like this Crimson Specialist being hit by Nim's bomb, and
Yep.
he's just like, well, I'll just roll the dice.
Oh yeah.
And not risk my thermal.
Exactly.
the plating.
Yep, you can choose to not risk the plating and just roll those 2 dice and see if you just get like hit focus, and it's 1 damage on a 12 HP ship.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So let's see. Give us a breakdown. It's a similar as Rouse Snapshot. This one has Hera, which is just the best upgrade in the world for that ship. Hands down. Not only did you not care about actions, now you don't care about
Your
the
maneuver
color
dial.
of your
you just,
dial.
You just pick whatever maneuver is your
Oh,
best
man.
maneuver. Definitely helped me out yesterday being
Well,
able to 3K.
I will say that this is my heart goes out to both of these Stratospheric players because they both put the debris in the engagement zone.
Yep.
So
Yep, they know what they're doing.
just I'm like, oh well.
Yeah. If
When
they
we
don't want-
really
yeah, if they
really
don't
need
wanna-
a K turn, really need to hard 2 or whatever, it's there for them. Though I think Darwin's got a weird strategy. Does he have? Oh, because he has Ray Crew. That's smart. That's
Yep,
pretty smart.
he's banking up those focuses, wants probably 3 or 4 before he turns into engage. Predator plus Ray on Lorik hits really hard.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
good combo.
You're still running Tactician.
I'm running Tactician, Ray, and Predator on my Lorik, and in a lot of games where Nora can't really pick up the slack or she has to run away, he deals out a lot of damage. It's usually 3.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're double modding it, so I would
exactly.
hope so.
So definitely a good set of upgrades on that Lorik there. Poe coming in with VI, R2D2, so standard regen Poe, advanced optics, so hanging onto that focus. So even if he does get stressed out this game, he's still got some modification. And then auto thrusters, of course, and the black one title. So if his opponent takes target locks with Nim, which, well, he'll be taking target locks with Nim to try to do the missile, Poe can try to shut those off. Definitely worth that 1 point.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah. So I was still checking. So Nims wants to use those target locks for his harpoon missiles,
Yep.
but he'll have to move before Poe, allowing Poe to shake it.
Yep.
Which makes him an undesirable target to even try to, unless you have
Exactly.
guess what though? Ryan's got a strategy of making Poe not boost.
Yep.
it's
Throw
called
some
double
at
stress.
him. Yep. And yes, Poe can shed those locks off of his allied ships at range 1 as well. So as long as he flies Poe in formation, but a little further back so he's got room for the boost in that opening engagement, Nim might not be able to shoot a harpoon on that first turn of combat.
Yeah, I'm very interested. This is gonna come down to this engagement, though.
Yep.
Man, Ryan's got that bomber lined up, ready.
He's got a great lane going. I think it's up to Darwin to kind of pick and choose which target he needs to go after first, whether it's the bomber or Captain Nim. Ezra's hanging back a little bit, so it might be a little harder for him to go on that. And stay out of the engagement zone of the ship that he's not going onto. So whether that's doing like another turn of going along the edge there with maybe like 3 banks or 3 straight, 4 straight, get out of range of that bomber, or whether it's doing 2 turns in towards the bomber and taking that out and kind of letting Nim go around that debris.
Yeah, I would actually. That's interesting. I don't like that Nim position behind the debris.
Nope. From our vantage, it looks like Nim might have to bank to the right if he eventually doesn't want to hit the debris. So we might see a 1 straight barrel roll next turn with him.
That's true.
Otherwise, a 1 bank right. If I were in Darwin's shoes right now, I think I would be going on the BSF bomber. I can't tell you if that's the objectively correct call. I'm incredibly scared of that ship.
I mean, the difference is that ship does run out of bombs, whereas Nim doesn't.
It does. So Nim can be fairly easy to focus fire down. He's a little bit more agile. So I guess it kind of depends on your late game strategy. If your only goal is to keep Poe alive till late game, Poe can easily take on that BSF bomber without much issue.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to go in hard with Poe and just do a bunch of damage and do what you need to do and hope you don't die, Nim might be the safer target.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's really going to come down to, man, is Darwin turning in here? Is he trying to, because I right now, if I'm Ryan, I'm launching both of those. And then...
Yep, and you freeze whichever one's not going to hit. And if you lose one of those 2, oh well.
No, I would still, I think I think you launch the bomber, and it doesn't really need to go very far. Actually, I would probably just one forward the bomber still.
It does also have a stop maneuver, but if you
Well,
want
like to stop next round. So I can, you know what I mean? Set up a couple
Yep.
launches. But because you're going to basically freeze it anyways.
Yep.
So opts to not launch this round. That's fair. You only have 4 of them. You have to make them count. And yeah, with no information on what Darwin's doing, it's hard to commit. No, yeah, dude. Imagine if Crimson Specialist was 8 with an EBT or something. Like if Crimson Specialist could get up to anywhere like close to 8, 10, or 9, that would be outrageous.
Be a little bonkers, yeah.
Let's see. I actually had an interesting VCF list. I would recommend or anybody trying putting an engine upgrade on them and then putting a sheath of P to coordinate them. So, same thing like I was talking about barrel rolling in. Think about boosting your resistance bomber before you launch.
Before you launch.
If it's AP5, they could sit and you take their stress, give them a boost. AP5 clears his double stress with recruits, and then that ship just boosts and sits again. Very weird moving.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those lists that kind of catches you off guard if you come across it, if someone were to build that kind of list. So a lot of good players might just not know how to deal with it.
Yeah, it's...
and looks like we're seeing banks in from Darwin here instead of a hard turn. So keeping his firing arc options open, of course, Lorik's going to be able to fire 180 degrees.
Those are 3 banks, and I think he's motioning towards Nim.
It looks like it.
I think he's got to clear a target, and it's going to have to be Nim. Now, Nim didn't launch either here, which... Okay, I see, because they're trying to circle around the bombs. Darwin's trying to avoid them as best he can. Ryan just has to know what he can do about it.
And gonna barrel roll backwards, range control a little bit. Might be able to avoid this engagement with Nim this turn.
Man, he just gave Ezra a beautiful 4 forward.
Absolutely. Yep, that 4 forward. If Nim 1 straights, he's caught right in Ezra's front arc for snapshot. Otherwise, if he does a 2 straight, he's gonna bump. Not a good situation for him.
They did. Darwin will also get out of that trajectory bombs for at least another round.
And looks like Poe taking a target lock on the bomber, just in range.
Yep, has advanced optics.
And we're on to combat. Ray of Focus.
Bunch of different focus. He's got 3 different focus tokens out there. Oh no, that's a reinforce. So it looks like Nim, who has that token
was out of range.
Some kind?
Focus. It was coordinate from Ezra.
Oh, nicely done. That's right. He did have it beforehand. Yeah, yes. Stressors can coordinate.
And Poe's ability giving him 3 hits on the bomber.
Didn't even need that target lock. Spends the focus for 1. Just takes 2 shields. Then click on.
Yep.
Look at that. It's so easy. So no shots from the Ezra's. It's going to be close.
It looks like nothing for Ezra.
Yeah, this bomber's going to do absolutely nothing.
Oof. Blank focus, that hurts.
Yeah, because he has to at least get 2 on naked, so there's 25% chance. And then whatever ship he shoots at has to blank out as well. Because the reinforce Lorik's ability, giving either one of those 2 a free evade, which is extremely powerful. Oh boy.
So Ryan losing a couple shields on that encounter. However, Darwin has all 3 of his ships right in Bomb Alley. So we have potentially Nim and Crimson Specialist both launching bombs here.
I don't know.
So Crimson Specialist, if he launches, it might end up being behind everything. It depends on how fast Ryan thinks Darwin's going to go.
I think if I'm Darwin, I'm 4 forward in every one of those ships.
And just go right on Nim?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good move because you either snapshot Nim with Ezra or Nim bumps into Ezra, and then you've got Lorik and Poe right there to take shots, hopefully range 1. I think it's a good move.
He's successfully avoided the bombs. I think it's time to be aggressive. We're having a long discussion about that of like I consider myself an aggressive player, but there's definitely times where I'm like, there's no reason for aggression here. We need to like lay low and like calm down. But then there's other times where I'm like, why do I even care? Like, what am I protecting? Like, easy examples, full health Miranda. What do I care?
Exactly.
Or even, well, you fly Nora, so it's a similar thing. Like,
yep, same thing with Nora. Now, I've had games where she gets taken down in 1 or 2 rounds, but I've also had games where my opponents go on her and they do 3 shields, and I'm like, okay. I mean, those are going to be back on my ship in like 3 rounds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got 3 rounds to do it, but.
Yep.
All right, so get that bomber already taking damage, deciding, yeah, let's do it.
Yep, launching the thermal and going in with a bank to try to block everything. So if we see a 4 straight from Poe, it looks like that's going to bump right into the bomber. Ezra should clear around, though. Ezra not opting to snapshot onto the bomber.
He offered
Smart
the focus.
move.
He offered it. We know what snapshot is.
Yep.
Yeah, he's waiting for that Nim.
Exactly. Yep. Won't take the bait on that bomber.
I mean, you can. And
Ezra doing a 2-bank and coordinating over to Nim, giving him a focus.
Yeah, if he can get focused target lock, well, that's what's up. Just a 3 here.
3 straight. I think we both agree we both would have done the 4 straight there.
I think the thought process is like it's a greater chance.
And actually, like looking at this distance, he's still going to catch Nim with that 1 straight. So actually, that's a very good distance call there.
Yeah, it was just like us looking at a tiny thing instead of what would be like 2 feet of space.
So actually, a very good position for Ezra there.
And he'll get stressed.
Was that a 4 straight? It looked like a 3.
Oh, that's not a 3. That's a Team Covenant logo. It was definitely a 4 forward.
Okay.
So we called it right. We just.
We did.
He was just using. Yeah, I thought that it's like the Covenant C or something like that. Looks like a 3.
Lord coming straight up as well. Probably expect to see a reinforce from him, but I think he's judging whether Ezra's in his front or back, in addition to Nim. Because it looks like the bomber's definitely in his back.
Yeah, and he's kind of the target you need to shoot at. Though this one's got C-3PO, so...
A little bit tankier.
Good luck. Yeah, because Poe doesn't need it. That's it's actually just a 41-point Poe, so being able to get that a much more expensive Lorik. But with Focus, Reinforce, Predator, C-3PO, literally just putting every mod. If you can get an additional modifier for your dice, this Lorik has one.
And it looks like Nim trying to launch a bomblet.
Oh, you definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is what I said before. Of like, so this Crimson Specialist is gonna get hit by both bombs. I would take the bomblet.
Yep.
And
don't let your deflective plating break right away.
And then next round, sit or drop a bomb or do whatever. Hard 1. Those ships have hard 1s, don't they?
The BSF?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's red.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
And then it should have a white 2 hard. Yeah, it definitely has some stopping options or some slow rolling options.
Yeah, it's so big you kind of need that hard 1.
Yep.
But
no, it has a fairly versatile dial. I was surprised when it came out and it had white 3 banks.
It's a large spaceship. Should be going. All right, so here's another snapshot. Snapshot. Nothing. No damage. Got the evade. But shuts down the torpedo because...
Yep, puts the stress on Nim, so Nim cannot target lock. Of course, getting the focus again from Coordinate.
That was nice.
So he's got at least 1 mod here. Poe going a little slower.
Yeah, I didn't want to bump, actually.
Yep.
He saw that. Darwin saw that coming. I already had the target lock. Actually just lined up a beautiful shot. Doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah. He might not be in range 1 of Lorik. If Ryan decides to shoot at Poe here, he might not be getting any help.
I think he might just be debating the switching his lock to Nim and just going all in on Nim.
Yep.
Just giving up the bomber. It's only got 3 bombs left.
When you've got Ezra and Lorik up range 1 of Nim, it might be the smart play to just put as much as you can in there.
Looks like he decided to
kept the lock.
Yeah,
Yep.
he just reacquired the lock, I guess. I guess you don't have to perform actions, but looks like that thermal's going off and won't hit anybody but Poe. Maybe we'll see a deflective, and deflective's fine. Nice usage. Kept his kept his deflective, so now he can use it against the bomblet as well, which is cool.
And I assume we see a Sabine on that thermal.
Yeah, it would have only hit Poe, so actually if you want to take...
should be 2 shields to Poe.
Yep, not bad.
And
Ryan, a little bit behind. These bombs are going to... So that was the bomblet hitting Poe for 1 more, I think.
Yep.
No, that was...
He's got a few ships.
Hold on, we could see him right here. You can see that was Ezra's shield.
Okay, so Ezra took the shield.
Oh, shield and a crit.
Okay, so Ezra took the shield and crit.
Yeah, Lorik's down 2 here. So I think the bomblet hit Lorik for 2, and he beamed the 3rd shield off of him.
Gotcha.
Because honestly, with C-3PO, if it comes down to the BCF versus the Lorik, that's not going to happen.
Yep. And what did Ezra take there? He took a shield and a hit and a crit.
Oh no, he did take the Sabine. I wonder where that extra damage came from then.
I'm gonna go check damage.
Oh no, that's fine. Oh,
no?
I think there is just 2 blue tokens there. We just can't see them. I think Lorik's only down 1 shield. I think I misread those die rolls. I didn't see what Poe rolled for the bombs, but he should be down here. Maybe I can. I'll move that. Move that logo. It looks like we're gonna be starting shooting here. Oh, I could just turn the logo off though. Poe's got 2 shields. Yeah. So those are what Darwin's shields look like. So that's the 2 that are on Lorik. So Ezra really got rocked.
Yep, really hurting.
By that bomblet.
Ezra's down to 1 currently. Ryan opting to try to get that stress control out of here. Ezra can definitely be an annoying little piece on the board.
Yeah,
especially in this position where he can just 3K behind Nim next turn.
Well, Nim's gonna give him a bomb, but
oh yeah,
this Nim is not actually equipped to deal with that Ezra. Without a long-range turret, that Ezra can easily sneak behind. With only 1 agility, it can actually push through damage pretty easily. So
Ezra marker updates.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you're right. Whoa. I did it wrong. What's this? This is Darwin's. This is Ryan's. Staniszewski.
So that looks like Poe's attack on the bomber.
Yeah.
3 hits.
Yep, spent the focus.
Spent target lock and turned the focus with Poe's ability.
Yeah, that's fine.
And 1 evade, so 2 hits on the bomber.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a shield and a hull.
I think I guess what we missed was the Nim to, I assume, Ezra.
Yep.
There's,
Ezra's down a couple more.
But maybe not. But I thought Nim had initiative.
Yep.
He must have shot at Lorik then, and missed.
So we're checking Lorik's range here.
Yeah, because who's up on initiative order? No, it's his Ezra. Ryan's Ezra shoots first. So we're going to be shooting Lorik.
Yep, right. We've got
I
one
would have
hit.
shot Poe, though, but I guess that's fair. Lork is a problem in this list as much as every piece is. What was that token that got flipped?
It looks like that's the 3PO token. So I think he
Oh, that's
reinforced one side and 3PO'd the shot on the other. So we just 3PO'd to not take the damage from Ezra.
Okay, that's what the question was.
I can't read his reinforced token, so I can't see if...
It looks like front.
Okay.
That's a pretty good range 2 from Lork. And that will put him down to 2 shields. Yep, that's the first hit on him there. As they're going to double stress him. Oh, that snapshot's so good. Got 2. Yep. Two more
That's shields.
The shields. That's pretty good.
Some big damage being laid in the first turn of combat
Let's
here.
see what
Well,
this
second
bomber.
turn of
Bomber's
combat.
got a focus ready for it. Does he go for the Ezra kill? He can't really.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Hit,
whatever.
hit,
He's hitting
crit.
something. How many dice is he rolling? 2, so that must be
Oof.
Ezra. And the Lork won't save him.
Even with the reinforce, it's still going to be a crit.
Oh, that's dead.
So Ezra is down.
All right. Well, Ryan had to take some licks to do that, but accomplished it. Got a piece off the board. Lost half of his nim.
Yep, half his NIM. He's taken a few on the Crimson Specialist as well.
Oh yeah, because Poe did that range 1 onto it.
Yep.
So his bombers are getting beat up. And Ryan's only scored 22 points. Lork's hurt. Poe's hurt, but he's what, R2D2 though. So.
Yep, he can regen back up.
And he's stressed. So that is the problem with double stressing Poe. He still has that focus token.
Yep.
So it's not great.
If you're lucky when you get him under Stress Mountain, you can get him in a situation where he's forced to spend it.
That's
If
true.
he, let's say, needs 2 evades on defense and rolls 2 focus results, he might need to spend that, and then he's got no mods the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough call for him at any point in time. It's come up when I fly Ezra. Yeah, just like you can get to a point. This is what I was saying about the snapshot Ezra. More so the Hera version than the Sabine version, but the Sabine version's doing work though, coordinating, getting extra, like doing damage with a Sabine trigger. But oh yeah, taking the blue off there.
Yep.
That's this blue.
It's the other one, blue
that
one.
there. Yep.
Okay.
That's nothing. Just
Yeah.
click. There you go. But yeah, I have definitely seen snapshot Ezra's. I could easily, like, honestly, give me a 5 health Poe. Don't give me a 6 health Poe. That's cheating. Let's be the same. Let's be the same health. But like, I think I could take him 1-on-1. Like,
Yeah,
it'll,
Ezra can do some work.
same thing. They're saying Asajj's. The moment she can't change her mobile arc,
Yep.
I can win that fight. Actually, it's going to take a really long time with Lats, but like,
Oh, absolutely. But
eventually.
given unlimited time,
Yeah.
yes.
If I could continue to do this forever.
Yeah,
So
Ezra definitely showing his value in the metagame right now. Just a
I
really
love
good
it.
22 points.
I love it that everybody's flying snapshot Ezra's. I used to fly.
You turned me on to it. I was running the Gunner version when it came out.
Yeah, I still haven't quite converted Zach Matthews. I'll get you. He went over to Wookiees or something outrageous because he was frustrated that Gunner Ezra's didn't work or something. Or no, I think he just gave up on Miranda. Either way, we'll find out. We'll find out what he's running tomorrow on the last day of Swiss. So let's see if both of these players they should be undefeated. They were only on table 8 or so.
Yep, like 8 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
They might be X1 at this point.
Might be X1, but you need to go at least
4 and
X2.
2.
Yeah.
4 and 2 to
2,
make
yeah.
Saturday. And then it's 3 more games of Swiss, and then top 16 cut after 9 total rounds of Swiss.
That's fair. So yeah, people who play day 2, if you're in the finals, you have so only 2 people have to play 7 games in one day, and honestly, that sounds great.
You know what? 7's doable if you're on the final table.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that fatigue.
Like I said, only 2 people have to do it. Everybody else only has to play 6 games at most. So, and that's how it should be. Like, man, those 7. What did you go to Omaha?
I did not, but they played the Swiss and the cut in the same day, and I don't think they finished until about 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
It was late. I think Tim said Carson's top 4 game ended at like after midnight.
Oof, that's rough. I know there was a store champ at FFG this last year that went really late as well. I think the finals ended at maybe about 1:30, something like that.
I mean, at that point, it's like someone equated it to like a dance-a-thon of like sure. I mean, you have to keep going, like, but that's not right. Like, I think the six games is very doable. Like, I'm just watching games and I'm getting beat. Just doing all the thinking about and calculations and stuff, let alone playing it. Which is why. That's why I fly an easy list to fly. It's much easier to play games when, not like I have less decisions, because I have a bunch of decisions, but like more so that consistency, looking for that consistency.
And it looks like we just saw a thermal detonator drop from the Crimson Specialist on his front left corner, and that should have been a stop maneuver, taking a stress and staying put, hoping to block Poe right in there.
Yeah, that ought to do it. If not, blocking him, going to snapshot him so he can't boost out of it. Coming in, he's got to. I think Ryan. We're talking a lot about win conditions, and I think Ryan knows that his list can't beat Poe.
Lorik opting to keep that stress and put himself in a pretty decent position, honestly. Should have a good shot on the BSF or Ezra for sure.
Yeah, I think that's one of those situations where you just got to get the shot. Darwin's behind now. He lost a ship, and he needs to get that damage out.
And Ezra opting to take the snapshot onto Lorik when he turns in there.
Darwin told him to roll in the box, which is what they agreed upon.
And that's going to be a damage on Lorik.
Yep, so there's the shields gone. Boom. So a bold move from Darwin, trying to get a shot in. Because I'll be honest with you, well, maybe a one bank he could still shoot Ezra, maybe. But like, if that's the move you have to do to get shots. Oh, yeah, we're just going to town now.
Yep, we've got a bomblet launch from Nim.
Nim's not even freezing him either. Just let him ride.
Yep.
Crimson's launched, or has dropped 2 so far, so he's still got 2 left.
Correct.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, if Poe does a 1 straight here, he's definitely going to be taking a bit of damage.
Helping out. We got all hands on deck for this launch into everybody.
Yep. If you've ever launched a bomblet, you know trying to pull that 5 straight template out of there is actually kind of difficult. You need gecko hands or something.
See, look. No, they just found it. They just found a 5th hand magically. And got it done.
Just one of them grew a hand with a different shirt on it.
All right. So, yeah, a couple bombs. Let's see if the one bank fits. Oh, yeah, that M's double stress from that Ezra. Yeah, oh, yeah, so I guess we don't even need this one anymore then, do we? There's only one Ezra on the board. Right?
Yep. And Nim just barely clearing around Lorik there.
Oh, I guess
does have the auto blaster.
I'm gonna take that back. I will say that this is. We'll leave it on there. This is still Andrew's. I keep doing that. Or Andrew. I don't know why I keep saying that. Oh, it's because that's who was flying it in Green Bay, wasn't it? Andrew something.
Yeah.
He was flying the TLT.
Poe bumping right into the BSF,
well,
sitting right on top of both of those bombs, plus Sabine. So he's taking at least 2 damage here. 1 from the thermal, 1 from Sabine.
he's got...
And he should have regened there, up to 3.
Yep. Unless you forgot. Yeah, because there's going to be some bombs going off here. So I think you... How healthy is your Ezra? I think they're both going to hit that Ezra. Maybe not the thermal. And
yeah, it looked like he was trying to position the thermal to keep out of range of Ezra. We'll see if he was successful. It looks close.
yeah, he put it as far forward as he could, as far away from Ezra as he could. So let's see what he... Actually, we can hear him. They can't hear this. We're just listening to... All we can hear is the screen junkies commentating it. They must be closer to our mic than them. So yeah,
there was a damage card dealt down to Nim, so it looks like Nim was possibly in range of that thermal detonator.
Yep. Yep, and for some reason, he must have broke his deflected plating at some point. Yeah, I don't see it down there. It's face down there.
Oh, so he did break the deflective plating.
Yep, so he also took a damage from that thermal because he got...
Specialist going down to 7.
Doesn't look like his Ezra did, because I think that's a shield. Yeah, because they're like shiny. He's got metallic ones.
Looks
so
like
still
measuring the
measuring-
bomblet.
Bomblet's gonna hit a bunch of people. See them rolls. So gonna get one of his ships first. So it looks
Looks like that
the bomber.
was the bomber.
Hit for Ezra. So Ezra's down that shield. This is Poe. Also takes the damage. So Poe should be down to 1.
He regened 1, or should have. I think he only took 1 last round, right?
The thermal and the bomblet.
Correct, yep.
And then I would assume Sabine, because he was the only non-Ryan ship to get bombed there. So should be no shields. With a shot of Captain Nims possibly. Maybe range 2.
Yep, checking that auto blaster.
Ooh yeah, auto blaster. That's good there. So he's rolling against the crit on the auto blaster.
Oh, that was on Lorik.
Yeah, and
3PO for no damage.
Yep. Okay. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Rolling hit, or what was it? Crit blank
1
on your
crit,
auto blaster.
Yep.
So this
It
must
looks
be Poe.
Poe getting 2 hits towards Captain Nim.
He didn't roll on the box, Darwin.
Looks like he dealt 1 more damage card. Looks like 3 face down on Nim.
No, that's he put 2 more there. There's 1 original one, then 2 more now.
Okay, so 2 more.
He must have blanked. And Darwin was like, "Oh, it's fine." Well, I guess we didn't see it. So let's see. This is. That was a stress from Ezra to Laura. Yep. But he didn't take any damage cards.
It's a hit crit to Lorik.
That's a crit. Looks like it takes an action to face it down. Didn't reduce his attack power though. He's got Predator. Nice. Yeah, pretty good. Bomber taking 4 then. With a crit? No, just 4. They were all focuses. So Bomber's down to 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, and they have 9 health, so he's got 2 left. All right, there's the bomber range 1. 2 die onto. Oh.
I would assume Lorik there.
I see what happened. That crit said reduced agility.
Structural damage on Lorik.
Yeah. Luckily, he used the C-3PO on the Auto Blaster. Or else that would have been wasted this round. Oof, that's brutal. Did you know how to do the crits?
Just in the drop down here?
Yeah, drop down. Boom.
All right.
That's it. Isn't that so easy?
Yeah, couldn't remember if that was the one that put it in the middle of the screen or not.
Oh, no, that's the card section. We can pull up. There you go. Nope, doesn't like that one. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Structural damage is that crit. So he's going to have to. Now he's triple stress, so that won't happen. Which means I think Ryan just shut down C-3PO for the rest of the game.
He did. You have to roll dice to use 3PO. Unless there's some range 3 shots on Lorik, we're not going to see it again.
Wow.
And Lorik doesn't really have a good escape path here because I could.
Ryan is taking him beaten. But, man, he's putting it out, too. These guys are just rumbling over here. Bombs and
honorable
snapshots. See how it plays out. Everybody's stressed. Most people are double stressed.
Yep. Would not be surprised to see the Crimson Specialist drop a bomb to try to finish off Lorik here.
Yeah, well...
put one on his back right corner, maybe?
Yeah, I was trying to think of what maneuvers does Lorik have to get a shot next round.
It might be more about getting him out at this point instead of getting a shot. That said, though, Nim probably won't have guns on Lorik, so Lorik could just take like a 1 bank right or a 2 bank right to try to get a shot on the BSF and finish it off.
Yeah, this entanglement has been going for a bit. We did start a little bit later. There was a damage deck thing or whatever, but yeah, these guys got 20 minutes to figure out. But honestly. Everybody could die in 20 minutes. Like, it could come down to a single ship pretty
Darwin's
easily.
definitely still in this as long as he has a Poe on the board, because both Nim and the BSF Bomber are sitting pretty low. And as long as they're off the board, Poe outpoints Ezra by quite a bit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking of. Like,
so, yeah, you think Lorik might just go for a kill shot on the BSF here.
Ezra's going to, the BSF and Ezra, BSF can't sit. Has to do something.
Got to do a maneuver.
I mean, technically, Ezra can 3K, then the bomber could bump into him, which would move very minimal. Especially because Poe bumped into him. I don't know about how, like, shifting your back out, but he might not move very much. But I would expect a hard 3 or hard 2 from Lorik. I think the hard 2. Yeah, actually, that bomber has nowhere to go. I think you just 1 bank there.
Yep, I think you just take the 1 bank right. The only way the bomber can really avoid that is if he 3 banks right, and that's putting him off the board the turn after. If we only had 2 minutes left in the game, he'd probably do it, but...
Yeah. Well, we'll see here. Officially, Darwin is losing. He does have a ship off the board. Well, half of that bomber is only 17 points.
Yep.
So Darwin's in a narrow
that said, Poe's only got to do 4 damage to get up in points. Just 2 to the Crimson Specialist, 2 to Captain Nim.
This is what we like. This is
1 agility, double stress.
This is what it's going to be. Action time. Like all that was part 1 Act 1 and Act 2. Now we're going to the Act 3 of who can come out victorious. Seems like a stressful game. That's pretty good.
Absolutely a stressful game.
I believe that was my phone. What time is it? Oh, that's right, because the round ends at 6:30 because they changed it.
So it looks like Ryan debating where to put that thermal for the Crimson Specialist. This should be thermal number 3, correct? So we should have one more left after this turn.
Yeah, you can click out silos now. Right?
Yep.
Yep, doesn't look like he's got any tokens down there.
And doing a 2-turn left with the Bombers, seeing if that'll fit in behind Poe here.
That would be great if it does.
And it
Darwin's
looks like it
allowing
does.
it. We count it.
Yep. That one bank right on Lork still could be pretty good here. You're still going to get a shot on that Bomber. You were talking about the 2-turn, right? That might also be a very good choice here, just to get a little bit closer to that Bomber and finish it off.
Well, the Bomber, whatever Lork does, like I said, he won't have to do much.
Okay, he's going to have to deal with Thermal plus Sabine, and he's only got, what, 2 left?
Where did he put that thermal again?
Right,
oh, right,
yep, right where Lork wants to go. So unless Lork's going left, I think he's finished in the activation phase.
Yeah, that's a dead Lork then. Let's see if Darwin recognized that and how he decided to approach it.
Ouch.
Yep.
Opting for a 3-turn, so we'll most definitely see the thermal detonator plus Sabine here.
Plus Sabine. Oof. That's brutal. Well, without agility, or C-3PO, or reinforced token, it's not going to take much.
Wouldn't take long. Nope. But without Nim getting a shot, he would have at least survived to get a shot on the BSF if he hadn't hit a bomb.
No, I think Ezra could have taken him down. One on his primary right there. Boom. Takes him down. Ezra didn't K-turn?
Nope. Looks like he just went straight.
That's interesting to me.
Looks like he might have enough room to K-turn next turn if he needs to.
We still did the 3 maneuver and didn't bump? That seems weird to me.
Yeah, because if he had K-turn there, he might have caught Poe with a snapshot.
That's what I'm saying. If you did the 3 move, why didn't you K-turn? Oh, because he has Sabine Rim. That's why.
You know what? Of course, yeah, he has Sabine. So no Hera, red K-turns. That's exactly why he went straight.
If only he had some sort of magical way to do red moves while stressed.
For 1 point less.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, that Sabine has done a lot of damage for last 3 rounds.
Yep.
So that's
definitely
good.
Worth its points.
That's good, yeah. 2 points for trading in your...
Ouch. Lork being removed from the board.
Goodbye, Lork. That's thermal and out. Poe didn't get hit by it, which leaves Poe with no shot and maybe an auto blaster coming in. Actually, Ryan has 3 shots on Poe, and Poe has no shots. Wow. This turned everything on its head real quick.
And Poe did a 3-bank, correct? So we did not see a regen from him.
No, there's no way he would have got there.
Yep, so it looks like he might be taking an auto blaster and an Ezra.
1-bank boosted? Oh, I'll take that logo out again. It's where they rolling.
And that's the Ezra shot on Poe. Poe avoiding it.
Poe's got 1 shield.
All right.
I'm waving it to you like you're going to then move the mouse and click the shield up. All right, so a couple more shots here. Poe, just doing Poe things.
Yep, looks like the auto blaster was slightly out of range, so we just saw Ezra on the BSF shooting this turn.
Didn't do any damage.
Not doing anything. So Poe can safely get out of this next engagement, regen back up to full, come back in.
So what's the math? He's got to take down 2 of those.
Yep, he's got to take down the BSF and Nim, which they each have 2 health, so Poe really only needs 1 or 2 shots on each of them. And then he can just run from Ezra till the end of the game.
Hard 2 right towards that. Hard 2 right.
Oof. Do you think he's going to have enough room after this next turn to do that again? Because his concern could be if he 2 turns right, the turn after he doesn't have enough room. Because he's looking kind of close to that board edge. He might be forced to go left here. We might even see just see a 1 bank left to try to keep Poe in his rear arc.
That's true. Going for the rear arc. That makes sense. Because Poe wants shield, so Poe's only going to 1 bank here. Yeah, it really...
Yeah, seeing a 1 bank boost is reasonable.
the reason I can't dissect this list is that I haven't flown uh, the bombs as much, or I haven't been as proficient with them, or not proficient. I just haven't used them as much. So like calculating that into like we're just looking at one piece of this giant puzzle. But it looks like
Yep, looks like he took the 2-turn left. Didn't think he'd have enough room if he went right there.
Crimson still holding on to that one bomb down there. Yep.
And we're going to see a bomblet from Nim, but
so this is
Poe
why
should be doing a 1 bank right and boosting.
Yeah, so this is why I was thinking about Ezra going the opposite direction so he wouldn't get hit by that. But I guess it's just 2 dice won't kill him, but if that bomb hits and Poe hits, that could actually kill Ezra, which would make this real interesting.
And Poe is coming in towards Ezra.
Has that Nim not been
So
clearing
he
stress?
did a 2-turn.
Oh yeah, you got to go for the shot here. Darwin's losing. This is win condition 101. Get it done. Because these guys, the bomber shot is not going to matter. Nim can't shoot at him.
Yep.
Just going to deal with 1 bomb and can maybe put some hurt on Ezra, though he's got focus on focus here.
Did they not roll for the bomb damage? Or did Nim must have frozen it? And we see only 1 hit from Poe being
So that's
canceled out by Ezra.
That's interesting, yeah, because he
Poe's going to have
froze.
to deal with it this next turn, though.
He has to.
And now he's
Or
double stressed.
swing so wide that he can't shoot.
Yep, he's now double stressed, so he can't 1 bank boost, so we might just see a 3-turn from Poe. It looks like measuring from the BSF has a range 3.
Ryan's trying to close the game out, and we'll see if. Ooh, that was a bad roll on. Did you see that Poe roll? Blank, blank, focus, focus.
Yeah.
That's.
Yep. And when you're a couple stress deep, you can't really afford to spend your focus there.
You can't do that.
Not against an Ezra.
Well, that's unfortunate. Darwin might. Man, if that would have been like 4, you know what I mean? And Ezra blanks out, this game changes dramatically.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think Ryan might, if he wanted to, Darwin, if he wanted to, I think he would have had enough time to go right and just kind of boost around and come back around that way.
No, there's 10 minutes left. Darwin's, this is what we're trying to ingrain in people, that like, if you do that, but you eat up 7 minutes of your 10 minutes, right? And now, because we've been calculating, he could kill Nim and the bomber with just 1 shot. But if he comes back and engages and only has time for 1 shot, the game's unwinnable.
Yep. So it looks like at this point his game plan might be to take out Ezra and then try to finish off Nim and be up on points over the BSF.
Yeah. I don't think, without target locks, it's going to be hard to fight Ezra. He's the most defensive ship in this whole list.
That Captain Nim is worth 43, and Poe is only 41.
Yeah, they say up there. Yeah, so he can't even just take out the 2 other ships. He's got to take down that Captain Nim.
Yep.
And Nim,
Nim's going to be speeding away.
Nope. Nim's going to say no, Nosville. Gonna make him deal with Ezra.
So we're seeing a 2 bank from Poe. Not clearing any stress, but potentially staying out of range of that bomb.
Yeah, it's to try to clutch that range, and it's still gonna hit. Does 2 damage since 3 with Sabine.
So that looks like
That's
a
a 1
shield and 2 damage cards.
Yep, 1, 2. Oof.
That hurts.
That was Ezra. It was the ship he's chasing and trying to kill who did that damage card to him.
Oh, Poe only getting 1 through.
Yeah. Like I said, man, with that, if he would have been able to get that last attack, just anything out of that last attack, even average of just like 2.
And Ezra rolling 2 out the back, and Poe gets it with his ability.
Well,
that's always a good feeling, though, when you have a no-mod Ezra on offense and you just roll hit crit.
Yeah, did I tell you about, I got a 5 damage snapshot one time?
Yep.
Natty 2 crits onto a ghost. Both of them were direct hit and triggered a harpoon on it. That's pretty good.
Feels good. I've done a 5 damage primary with him, but not on a snapshot. Because I did hit crit on a gunboat, and it was shield direct.
Yeah, that because it was a Lothal. There was Lothal Ray, and the Lothal moved up, and then I bumped into the Lothal. So I shot it for 5 damage, took 1 in return, and it couldn't shoot at me. It's pretty good. That's good Ezra. Which is extremely popular. That defensive ability and easy combination with R3A2 is so good. Yeah, post triple stress now because he didn't clear before. Captain Nim's dropping a bomb, probably freezing it. It's very good.
Yep, definitely doesn't want to risk his Ezra taking something like hit crit.
Yep, and
but just making sure it's out there so Poe can't really take that lane. It looks like regenning 1 for Poe.
Yep. He's got 2. A double blank, and Ezra naturals 2 again. It could actually kill you.
So let's see. Oh, Poe rolling 2 blanks and a focus only. This is painful to watch.
It's kind of, I so barely want Dara to get in there and start throwing some damage around it. I mean, the ship's got 2 and 3 health left, but are just surviving.
Ooh. I think Ezra might have just taken the 1 off of Poe, or did he auto thrusters it? He only rolled 2 dice.
It was a range 3 shot because Ezra rolled 3. So we can keep checking.
You're right.
Yep, we still got the blue token. Didn't need the range bonus. Yeah, maybe with unlimited time. Oh man, Poe at 1 hull. All right, that's fair. It's not like it's a full health Poe flying around, but it's still going to be hard for him to just get any. Nim's already cleared range, and without a boost, he can't chase him. And yeah, I think the time constraint here of 75 minutes is gonna get this Poe. And looks like, yep, that was Ryan's last thermal, because there's 5 minutes left. Why not? If Poe cuts in hard, like a hard 3, you freeze that one instead.
And it looks like he's doing a 3 straight, going as fast as he can go while still regenning 1.
Yep, and clears the shield. Clears the stress, gains the shield.
Well, some shields are about to be cleared off.
Well, that shield's going to go away.
Ouch, that is 3 damage on
game.
Poe for game. That is a really efficient bomblet, doing 6 damage in the last few turns.
Did a lot of damage, actually. That's pretty good.
Did that bomblet just solo Poe? Because it hit,
basically.
It hit crit Sabine, and then he regen 1, and it hit again. Or Ezra, I think, got 1 or 2 in there, too. But
almost. Not counting regen, but could have. The bomb could have soloed Poe right there. Well, in Sabine, of course.
Yeah. That 2-point upgrade on Ezra proving to be very efficient this game.
Yes, as
only
much
getting
as
half points on the BSF.
Ooh, yeah. Oof. What did we say, 17?
Yep. Honestly, though,
that's painful, Darwin.
That first engagement could have gone either player's way. They both went in for a joust. They were both way up in each other's business, and one player got more damage on the other, but they both played a very good game.
Oh, here they are. Just hand this out to both of them. I know Darwin has those already, but just tell him to give it to, find somebody else to give it to him. If he doesn't want to, whatever. We also didn't want the maximum effort, which I think is up there. All right, well that is that for round 5. We got one more round coming.